to come in, and you can do this when the game is complete, and tap Manage Did Not Play. And it'll show any players without stats, and you'll want to mark them as not playing. That way they don't get credit for, or they don't get knocked for 0.0 rebounds, that sort of thing. In fact, here I'll show you that real quickly. Start a new game. Test. Okay, so I'm going to assist. Game is over. It's 0-0 tie. Okay. So I didn't even leave it on long enough to log anybody. It's playing time, so we'll just go ahead and say this is where you'd say did not play. That way, when you look at the stats, you can see that this player did not play, so they won't get negatively impacted in the overall stats. I'm going to go ahead and delete this game. Another thing to note, if you have a team or a player that you're just not tracking anymore because it was a couple years ago or even last year and you don't want it to show up anymore, the way to completely delete a team is you have to delete all the games first, or a player. So right now, if I went into this player and I said delete, can't delete because she was in a game and she has some stats. This is also where you would remove them from the team. Can't remove because they were in a game. So in order to do that, you would have to delete the games that she was associated with. Then you could delete the player or remove the player. Then you could delete the team if you wanted to. If you want to wipe everything out, you can just delete the app and re-download it. Now let's talk about restoring information. So if you do that, of course, you're going to lose all of your tracked information, which is not a good thing. So a couple things. One is to back up information. We have this feature called Share Game. This does a couple things. It creates a backup of the game, okay? And it also allows you to share this game with other people. So if you have more than one person keeping stats, or if a parent can't make it to every game, they can share this game with other parents who then just download the app. I'll show you how that works. And then they import it. It also imports all of the players, the team name, the game, and all of the stats. Okay, so I'm going to share this game. I'll just email it to myself. Okay. Now to show you how this works, I'm actually going to delete this game. Okay, now I don't have those games. Now I'll go over to my email. And if I email, I will get a copy of this game, and I will just tap it and import it. Now this was an example game I had from earlier. So I'll go into here. This is where I just emailed it. Here's the game. Now when you tap it, you just gotta find the app. So copy to TeamStats basketball. Hit that. And it's gonna import it. Now because I already have the team set up and the players, it matches them. So we're good to go. Import, okay. Now I've got the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this game again. Delete. And actually, this Fall All-Stars, I'm going to delete this team, because I want to show you what it looks like when you send it to a new parent. So if I go back to email, tap the game that I shared, or that someone shared with me, theoretically. Say copy. Now it pops up and it recognizes that the team doesn't match any team you already have. It says Fall All-Stars. I could attempt to match it to an existing team, and it'll try to match by player number. And notice it did. I only have one new player here, but really we want this to be a new team. Now, because these players already existed, you can actually, it's actually going to add the players. So we're making a new team and we're making new players, if that makes sense. Now, because I have test data in here, this is actually going to, I could match it with an existing team if you already had the team, and it'll automatically figure that out for you. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and import because this is just a test. And now I've got the new team. Okay, now I'm going to delete this team again because I already have some existing data here I'd like to share and show you. Delete this team. Now, anytime you go in a team, if you hit stats in the bottom corner, you'll see stats for the whole team. And again, this is on a phone, so it's a little harder to read. But you get individual player stats, how many games they've played, their averages, etc. Then you also have the game summaries. If I go into a player and hit stats, same sort of view, but now I see by team, so they could be on multiple teams, and then the individual games and their contribution to those games. That's why it's important to mark did not play. And then, of course, if I go into the game, I get the game stats. Okay, so that's, in a nutshell, all of the functionality of the app. Trying to think if I didn't cover anything. So, kind of a couple takeaways are you'll be tracking stats during the game. You can email the coach real-time stats, for her to use at halftime if she wants. Obviously, you can email parents and the coach after the games if someone just wants to see, a typical table of stats. But that doesn't give you tons of value. What really gives you value is looking at this stuff graphically over time. So we also offer another service to look at online analytics. So everything you've seen so far is just our free app. Oh, one other thing I should probably point out real quickly. We also have a feature. You see this microphone next to the half buttons. This is our beta testing of attempting, if you wear a headset during a game, you can actually speak the stats. I'm not going to try to do that right now because I'm making a video. But if you tap that, it's best to start with the player number. So you'd say number 22 assist. And that should log an assist for number 22. Okay. So give that a shot and give us some feedback and see how that goes. Okay, online analytics. We're going to make a new video about that. So basically, if you want to sign up for our online analytics, I'll just say this. All you have to do is tap this button at the bottom. This is also a way to just contact us if you have any questions. So if you're already signed up or you want to sign up, just leave this include stats checked. And you just tap contact us or send stats. And it'll just send an email to us with the stats. And I'll show you what that looks like in the next video. Thanks for watching.